Hello everyone and welcome. This is a character comparison video for the character Nova. I am really happy to bring this video to you because it's going to be the first in a new series of character comparisons that I bring to you. It's going to be a lot shorter and a lot more to the point, so you don't have to watch a lot of video of me going around all the attributes. So the way this works is you're going to first see all of her skills for player versus enemy, and I'll give you my top 8 that I recommend and the reasons why. Then PvP, and then we'll go right into the new feature, which is called a player card. Just like a baseball card, every character that I do going forward is going to have this character card, and it's going to have a lot on it. Once you get comfortable with the information that's there, then you'll see the value in it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and show you the player versus enemy skill lineup. Okay, here is the player versus enemy skill list. If you're new to seeing this, here's how it works. I highlight all the top 8 in green, starting from top down. So Glacial Burst is the best one in percentage of damage that you'd want to do, and then the next one down, Knight's Charge. It's really, times 2 on that, so 600% damage. That's why it's the second one, and so on and so forth. What you'll notice is I also have Super Armor and Forward Guard in red, and that's the bottom left corner, which means it's not applied in Arena. I wanted to also bring out, because Nova is special with her pawns, her knights, and the queen summon, so I wanted to bring those out in orange, so you see that. But take a moment if you want to pause the video. Just look at everything that she has. The most obvious that everybody knows is she has a lot of crowd control, like crazy. So let's go ahead and move on to the PvP section, and I will highlight the top 8 and see if there's any changes. We'll see you there. Okay, here is the PvP skill list. As you can see, not much has changed. It is the same 8 that I highlighted in green for player versus enemy. Maybe slightly differences in percentages, but you'd be working with the same skills. As always, is just a recommendation. There are, some good spells that I'm not highlighting, and of course, I didn't highlight the heal, which is the very last one, the Q Quartum's Protection, so if that's how it's pronounced. So you may want to add that in your PvP for survivability, but because this character has a lot of crowd control, you may just opt for the offensive rather than a lot of defense and heal. So now let's show you the meat of this video, the brand new player card for Nova, and I can get to explaining what you're looking at. So we'll see you there. Okay, welcome to the player card. Yes, it looks intimidating, and there's a heck of a lot that you're staring at, so let's break it down. At the top left corner where her portrait is, let's just go from left to right. What you're looking at is the damage percentages for player versus enemy and all the spells. So that's your quick cheat list of, okay, which one does the most damage? I should pay attention to that. To the right of that is player versus player. That's the same thing. And now that you see them side by side, you can see the subtle changes from PvE to PvP, but it's still the same 8. The third one I found that gamers would want to know, which is, does this character have immobilization moves in their spells? And obviously for Nova, yeah, just about every skill that she has except for the last 2, which one's a heal And yeah, and Hurling Comet is kind of heal, but it's the basic attack. So yeah, everything she has some form of immobilization. I also wanted to include how many types of immobilization does it have in that skill. So Frenzied Bishop, you can see, has 3, and many of them have 2, and the rest are 1. So if you look below that where it says all skills unlocked for Nova, this is all of the skills that you already are familiar with from the previous screens listed here for your reference. And the one thing you didn't see, which is Promote, the very last one. It's a passive skill. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe any other character has a passive skill, so she's the first one. And yes, there's a lot to read. It's about the Queen, summoning the Queen. A lot of rules that go with it, so just take your time, pause the video, read it, and understand it. Unless you already have the character and you could read it for yourself, but this is also for people who are like, I'm thinking about Nova, what does she have? This is what you want to look at, the player card. Below it, the video that I used to do where I'd say let's go around the wheel and show you all the enhancements, I have organized it in a way that is visually easy to follow. So as you can see with Winter's Wrath, forward guard not applied in arena, but also your hits change from 3 to 2 and you get a knockdown on hit. So things change if you do the first enhancement in Winter's Wrath. Otherwise you'll have the attack speed and then the recovery, the recover 200 hit points on the second and third hit. So just looking at it, you're looking at columns of each enhancement that you would see. So for example, the next one down, Rising Ice Thorns, has 3 enhancements. A bleed, reduce skill cooldown, and to summon the pawn will be 2 pawns instead of the 1 that you're given. To the right of that, it's color-coded, but you can visually see that what Pearl Abyss did is they wanted to make sure there was 3 of everything represented. It's not heavy into a Hib or Owl or Surette or La Breve. It's balanced, but you could probably take a look at it and go, I want this character to be all Owl. So let's do Knight's Charge, let's do Affliction, and Glacial Burst. So let's make sure that those 3 skills are in our lineup, and then you can look at the very top on PvP and see where they're at. So Knight's Charge is 420%. That's the third one, the third most powerful one. So that's great. How about Affliction? Affliction, no. Affliction is way down there at 220%, but let's look at the skill for Affliction. It hits 8 times. Everything is here for you to see, so you don't have to go back and forth throughout the character skills, and it's just all in one screen for you to digest and see what style that you want. And that's the reason this player card is created, is because someone's going to look at this and say, well, I want to make sure that I get my my forward guard in there, but wait, I don't want to change my forward guard to super armor. But then there's the next question, well, what the heck is forward guard and what is super armor? I went through and learned from people on the internet and brought you the definitions at the very bottom of the screen. Forward guard is the damage that you receive when you do the move. So the charge or the frost shield will be either no damage or severely reduced, so your hit points don't drop hardly that much. Super armor, the reason why they take your 2 skills of the Quartum charge, I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that name, or the Frost Shield and change them from forward guard to super armor is because they offer more. So super armor will, the incoming damage will be reduced. However, everyone else who has a immobilization move to freeze you or stun you or whatnot, when you're doing your skill, it will not happen for a duration of time. So you're able to literally ignore the fact that they're trying to stun you or freeze you or knock you down. That's why they changed their forward guard to super armor, is to give you more survivability. So just looking around at the enhancements, the first column is the important stuff. The second column is big changes. Target change from 1 to 2, skill cooldowns from 12 to 10. The third column is things that happen to the opponent, which is important. And the fourth column are things that happen for you, like what's in it for you to invest in that enhancement. Well, you get plus 20 defense for 10 seconds. Not real sure if that's going to increase as you grow that enhancement, but this is the starting point. So you can say, I like that. This works for the character I'm trying to build. And this is it. This is how the player card works. I will continue to make player cards for every single character in this game and new ones they bring out, so you can have a reference to say, I like this. I could work with this. So if you like this video, please subscribe. Trying to get more subscribers. Like it. I'm always making videos, and with that being said, let me just say thank you guys. Thank you all for enjoying these videos. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off with Nova's picture and say you all have a great evening. Bye now. Take care.